Aw, shit. It's that time, man. Today, I'll be covering a game I hold dear to my heart, Team Fortress 2, the paid version. Now, for complete clarity, I have a very limited amount of time played in Overwatch. I only have 2,900 hours on Xbox and about 130 on PC. Of course, almost all of this time isn't competitive, which is how I'd argue the game is supposed to be played. But before we get into anything too crazy, let's talk about the background of the game. If you haven't heard, Overwatch is about a group of heroes who aren't heroes anymore, but they break the law to be heroes again. Some of them are villains, but some of the villains are now heroes. But for real, the Overwatch universe is a very interesting one. All of the characters have backstories of varying depths. They all have different motivations and goals. Despite how different these characters may appear, they're all connected in a way that doesn't feel forced. The world is presented in such a manner that I'm able to suspend disbelief. Now, I don't care why Hanzo and Genji can summon glowing dragons. I care about why Hanzo can't forgive himself for his past mistakes. Overall, the multiple stories leave me in a place where I feel like I want to learn more, but I'm fine with my ignorance because it allows me to fill the gaps of the universe myself and make the world mine. That being said, this game doesn't have a story mode. There are 32 characters in Overwatch, each with their own backstory that's intertwined into one universe. As for the actual game, it's a 6v6 team-based shooter where the objective changes based on what map you're playing on. You have hybrid maps where you capture a point and then you escort a payload to the end of the map. These are personally my favorite. I'm not sure why, I just really enjoy them. They're more entertaining than the other kinds of maps in the game. The second map type is called Capture Point, or 2CP is what the community calls it. The whole point of this mode is the attacking team tries to capture the first point, point A, to unlock point B for them to attack as well. The attacking side wins if they capture both points, the defending side wins if they can stop them from capturing either point. The next kind of map is Payload, where you escort the payload to the end of the map. It's like hybrid, but without the capture point in the first part of it. Last, and certainly not least, you have Control Point. The main objective is a point that both teams fight over. They fight for control of it, of course. First team to 99 wins one round. You need 2 rounds to win the game. As previously mentioned, this game has a lot of playable characters, which means it's kind of a mess to balance. So honestly, bro, fuck balance, bro. Here are some skins. Now, to give you some actual context to the balancing of Overwatch, I'll provide you with a short clip of the lead developer of Overwatch. What's up, everyone? It's Jeff from the Overwatch team, bro. You already know I don't give a fuck about this game, bro. I don't give a fuck about balancing, bro. Bro, I still dropping new skins. You still buying them shits. So, stay mad. Throughout the game's life cycle, it's been through multiple metas. You know, people like to play specific heroes, or they like specific combinations of heroes, which is nothing against the game itself. It's the nature of team-based games. As of right now, however, the game is in a 2-2-2 role lock, meaning you have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 support characters on any team at a given time, at least in the standard playlists. Generally speaking, the job of both tanks is to create space for the DPS to help them win team fights, and either to make plays or set their DPS up to make plays to win the team fight. The main job of DPS is to make plays that win the team fight and to provide backline security. The main job of the support is to provide sustain for the team or to help the team quickly get elimination to win the team fight in a swift manner. Oh my god.
Friendship. I'm gonna go kill her.
Get into position.
Mercy's just chilling at Mega. I'm gonna go hunt.
Now that support game I just showed you is once in a blue moon. Let me give you an experience like no other. I'm going to show you how playing support really is. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine you're playing Mercy or Ana and someone's critical. This is what you hear.
Heal me. I need healing. Heal me.
The only difference between competitive and quick play is that after a normal quick play game would end, a competitive game continues, and the attacking side switches to defense, and the defending side switches to attack, and you play a second round. Now, when it comes to toxicity, I provided you a tier list of how specific characters and their players are toxic. Now, this tier list is fact. It's hard-hitting evidence. It's undisputed, hard-hitting evidence. I should have done this earlier in the video, but here I'll do it now. Better late than never. I'm going to provide you with a tier list of difficulty. So if you're new to the game, you can know what characters to play if you're kind of bad and you still want to be effective and you want to win games. Now, me personally, I don't like loot boxes in paid games. I think it's probably one of the worst business practices implemented in the last decade or so. But I think the way that Blizzard / Overwatch does their loot boxes is the most acceptable. They show you the rates of not specific items, but specific rarities of items, and they provide you a consistent way to earn them via endorsement level, the arcade, and just leveling up. So even though I don't like loot boxes in paid games like Overwatch, I think this is probably the best way to do it. The answer is simple. Fuck it. It's not my SR. I don't give a fuck about it. I'm gonna throw this game. But for real, there are a lot of reasons that somebody would have another account, an alternate account, a Smurf account. Me personally, I have friends in lower ranks that I like to play with, because I like to play games with my friends. Crazy, I know. But more so, I use it as like a form of mental insurance. Knowing that this account is not my main account allows me to lose multiple games in a row and not tilt, which would mess up the next games. So it makes the gameplay experience better for me because I can have fun, and my teammates because I can play at my best even after losing several games in a row. Now there are people who decide to make Smurf accounts just so they can throw games or make people mad. Now those guys can go fuck themselves. But there's nothing inherently wrong with having an alternate account or a Smurf account. On a serious note, Overwatch is a very special game to me. I've made great friends that I still play with to this day. We still play Overwatch occasionally. Even after 3,000 plus hours in this game, I still love it as much as day one, if not more. But being fair and trying to be as unbiased as possible, I have to give this game an 8.5 out of 10.
Rally to me!
Now, unfortunately, I have to take away 2 points for every month Brig was overpowered. That brings the new score down to -1.5. Now, if you want to tell me what you thought about my review, don't forget that
I didn't ask for your opinion.